the black man in the corporate world.
Exactly.
And we have someone sitting right opposite me in a suit and tie, white shirt and shoes.
Yep.
Yeah?
It's the uniform.
You go by the name of?
Mike, Donkz.
Mike?
Yeah.
Donkz? What can I call you?
It depends who you are. It depends who you are.
So what do I get?
If we're close, it's Donkz.
So what do I get? Am I close or am I not?
Of course,
like,
come on.
So what am I getting?
Come
You
on.
get Michael.
I get Michael. Come on, man. I get Michael. I want to be here with the gang, man.
No, man.
What you saying? I got to
build. You gotta work it, bro.
Guys, we are back. DTM London.
Jeez.
We are in the building.
Come on, let's go.
As we said, we have Mike's, Donkz, Michael, whatever you want to call him.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Master D.
He's on
I am
the
Mike.
DTM podcast today.
Yeah.
And we are here to discuss the matter. I go by the name of Tris.
I go by the name of Six.
And welcome to DTM London.
Welcome.
But before we go anywhere, guys, please can you go and subscribe for us today, please? If you are watching this, all I need you to do is just go and press that subscribe button.
Please do, man.
Please. That's going to help boost our algorithm and it's going to help us give you more content.
Means the world.
All right? So just remember, as we always say, it's you guys that's going to make us guys. Yeah? Do you want to hear that again? Because I can make you hear that again.
It's you guys
that's going to make us guys.
The black man in a corporate world. And we have none other than Donkz here with us. And
Thank you for coming on, bro.
100%.
Good to be here. Good to be here. Good
I
to
haven't
see
even
you
given
guys,
you your intro. You know I do the intros. Don't rush it. You guys are going way too far.
I'm just here, man. I'm here.
Hold on. Investment banker.
Yeah?
Wealth management. Musician.
Yeah.
A father. You get what I'm saying? Should I keep going?
Yeah.
That's enough. We got my cousin here. So let's give him a warm
Again,
welcome
bringing
to
all
the
the family
DTM.
members.
Come on.
Yes, welcome to
Shout out
DTM,
Donkz
man.
here.
Yeah, welcome, bro.
Good to see you guys. It's been
Welcome,
a while,
man.
man.
Welcome.
I love what you lot are doing. Good to see you guys, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
man. Appreciate it.
You're looking fly.
Hey, I'm
Love
trying.
You know what? I
I'm
love
trying,
the
man.
suit.
Absolutely love the suit.
love
I feel underdressed.
Our episodes aim to both entertain and inform.
Remember, not everything you hear is the literal truth.
Oh, we enjoy adding embellishments for flavor.
As we navigate each story, observe the blend of fact and fiction, prompting discussions to
Discuss the matter.
You said corporate. I had to turn up.
You have to represent.
the fabric looks good. What fabric is that? Wait, hold on, don't tell
What
him.
is this,
ID, what fabric is that?
What is this, velvet?
Yeah?
Don't do that.
Yeah, because it's looking clean, bro.
I'm trying.
I'm lucky I had a little collar. I'm kind of in there. I don't know about you, bro.
I can't lie. T, you're looking fly, man. You know,
No, you lot looking good though. You're looking good,
Maybe
man.
I'm slacking. I thought the t-shirt was strong enough, but maybe I don't know. I'm gonna hit them with the t-shirt, the Chicago Bulls. You know, classic, vintage.
So, guys, I'm talking to you lot.
Yeah.
We've got some feedback from you lot. We love you all, yeah? DTM loves you all. And we noticed that you guys have had a little bit of an issue with us. Too many guests?
Too many.
Are we giving you too many guests?
Should I leave?
You might have to just get up and go.
You can stay. Mike.
Yes, man.
We do want to speak about a very important conversation, right? So, jokes aside, let's start really at the top with the theme. You know, how does it feel to be a black man in the corporate world? How does that feel for you?
You know, at this moment in time, 2024, it feels really great. You know, I think there's been a bit of a shift in terms of the mindset of the black man in that space. I feel like before we felt like outsiders a lot of the time. And over time, you know, we start to show our worth. We start to show what we're capable of, our skill set. And with that, you know, there's a bit more confidence. You know, kind of walking with more of a swagger. You know, knowing who you are. And, you know, the key words, kind of be more authentic. And I think a lot more people, a lot more black people are starting to show their true selves now.
What, was people hiding before?
Yeah, I think
How
people were.
so? How so?
Wait. But before you said it's 2024, so how long have you been in the game for?
Yeah, good question. I've been in the game for a couple of years, let's say 13, 14 years.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah.
So you got a hell of experience.
Yeah. I mean, I don't look.
They say, do you know what they say? If you do something for 10 years, you become an expert.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Well, yeah, how many hours you got to devote to something to being a master? Is it
Like 10,000.
10,000 hours.
10,000. We're getting there, 9,000. But, my journey has been kind of moving from retail banking into stockbroking and then, finally into financial advice.
And that's an excellent segue for my next question. Because what I actually wanted to ask you was, what was your first job? Before we speak about your corporate job.
Yeah.
Just your first job. Like
My first job.
What was your first job?
Oh, that's crazy.
Can I try a guess?
Yeah, go on.
Just from your persona.
Yeah.
A bar.
Nah, you were close. Nah, you got close.
I won't Don't give me false hope.
Have you got a clue for him? Any clues?
Yeah, give me a clue.
Got to be a good clue.
A good clue.
Don't
Let's
give it away.
see. It's a tough one, but it was sales.
It was sales. We are doing another. You brought another salesman on here again. He's brought another salesman on here again. That's 2 in a row. Guys, come on, talk to D6. I need you lot in the comments for D6.
Get lost. So what's your second guess? Oh, you done? T's
Sales.
Yeah.
done. T can't think.
Yeah, that's gone.
All right, hell, what was your first job?
It was like door-to-door sales.
Okay.
It was a random one.
Well, like paper rounds?
No, do you know what it was? I was looking for. You were getting close.
Paper round.
Paper rounds.
He had his own little leaflet. It's my music.
Like with the 1970s on my back, throwing papers around. No, it was joining a charity at the time. I probably would have been about 15 or 16.
Okay.
And trying to look for work experience, and then this charity was basically allowing me to go around different shops, basically. In the nutshell, it was like begging for money, but for the charity, I didn't really realize at the time that it was the beginning of me kind of learning how to sell, going through.
And what
East
age was you
London.
roughly?
I would have been about 15, 16. I just remember and this was my first job. I only did it for like a day. Because
you lost in a day.
I learned early on that this
is not for me.
This company is moving mad. But I remember I was on Bethnal Green on the strip, and I was going from like shop to shop and basically pitching this charity. They're helping young children in this area. And this was the time where people were like giving you coins, just throwing you money and stuff like that. So you had to collect all the money and then go back to the office and show them what you've done. I remember doing the whole strip, going into a shop, giving them the spiel, getting some coins, coming out, going to another shop, telling no, we're not interested. So it was my first.
How did that feel? Like going into those shops, like, in terms of like your confidence. How did you like even know what to say? Did you have a script?
A little bit of a script.
Okay.
You had a bit of an idea of what the charity was about, what you were trying to represent. But when you're kind of in the heat of the moment, you got to kind of go with the flow. You got to go with your energy. You got to go with.
So you're just making this up as you go.
Well, yeah, you got to kind of
Judge
get
the
comfortable in
character.
your own skin.
You're gonna judge the character first. You're gonna look at him.
Yeah.
And be like, how am I gonna approach this person? Right?
Well, I mean, at that point, it was almost like you just go in and you just start.
Yeah.
You just go in and
There's a guy on TikTok or YouTube, and he sells the spray. Have you seen him?
No.
the black guy.
Yeah. And he comes to your door and he'll be
yeah.
like, "This is good for your tires," and then he like rhymes it.
Okay.
It's crazy that I just said black guy. You already knew what I was talking about. This guy's in America, and like, I know all the followers are already watching. Like, I know that guy.
Yeah, they know that guy.
No
Just
one knows
from
his
that.
name, but he's been there.
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know.
Just me, you don't know.
Yeah, but he just goes to knocks on people's doors, or he's now like doing big things, isn't it? He was like cleaning celebrities' cars, rims and stuff like that. But I think it's staged now. It's become staged now. But in the beginning, I think it was authentic. Man's knocking on your door, ring doorbell, and he's trying to make a sale to you through your door. He's not even looking at you.
Yeah.
But how was there always footage there? Was he recording it? Or?
Ring doorbell.
So the people was actually just recording it and decided
Yeah,
to
so if you go to the door and I speak to you, you can record it.
But I'm just thinking, what made them want to post it?
Bruv, it's
Must have had
2024.
Yeah,
It's 2024.
available.
True.
Bruv, if you do something silly here, I'm recording it. What are you talking about? Do something silly here today. See if I don't record it and put it on the internet.
Soon someone's going to see my door-to-door clips. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was resilience. It was the first experience of learning how to be resilient.
Yeah.
You know, going in, talking to different kinds of people, and thinking of different ways to approach it as well. Because you might go in with one approach and it doesn't work, and then you try something else. And I guess for me, it was more about, you know, again, being comfortable in my own skin. You know, when it comes to sales or, you know, that kind of space, I think a lot of it is about people. You know, people buy off people.
Yeah.
All the time. So it was kind of eventually learning that.
Do you think you can sell a plain piece of paper?
Pardon?
Do you think you can sell a plain piece of paper? Do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah. But, you know, again, it's about finding the right audience for that as well.
And where did the skills come from, though? Is it that just on-job experience?
I think so. For me, I think job experience, life experience, you know, learning to talk to people.
Did you go and craft? Did you go and dig and say YouTube or get your information from somewhere? Was there a source that you was going to learn? Because I feel like sales, it can just happen. I think last episode we were saying it's just a gift, and you can just work on it. You know them ones.
Well, look, I think it's either you sell yourself or you sell the product.
Right.
So you almost have to decide which one makes more sense. You know, in certain roles that I've been in, after that role, you know, working in retail banking and kind of speaking to people about bank accounts, credit cards, loans, all that kind of stuff.
So someone watching this today, what advice would you give them on like sales? Like what advice would you give them?
I think it's more about understanding.
Should they get involved in sales?
Yeah,
would you say it's a
definitely.
good place to
Everything's
be in?
sell. We're selling now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're selling the podcast. You know, regardless of whether you're telling buy it now or
Because the end result is what? To get the pepper!
they go round.
They go around! But the end result is to get the pepper! Yeah? Oh, God.
Yeah, so I would say, you know, learn the product. Understand what you're getting yourself into.
And you know what's so funny?
Yeah.
Like hearing all of these things, it's almost like the template of a Jehovah's Witness. When you think about it.
He took it there.
It's a template.
I just say like,
What are you not selling?
Tell me. What
are you selling?
we're selling faith.
Now stop that, man. Behave.
Edit.
Cut that out.
No, but I understand, you know, there is a lot of selling aspects in all walks of life, you know, religious, financial, business, relationship, you know, so I think it is a good skill to have. Yeah. Because it can get you through doors, you know, it can get you into rooms that you never thought you could get to, the conversations, the people that you can meet. And again, you know, it can really, you know, kind of also build your confidence.
Yeah, I think sales builds your confidence because you're speaking with people.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Country or
Yeah.
you know that question. Country.
Where are you from?
So country from Ghana.
Jeez, come
I
on.
might just get up and walk away.
That's another one. GH.
You walked into that one.
Again, D? For real?
Don't blame me.
Yeah.
This
Stop
is
it.
it.
Blame
This is
me.
it.
Like it's my fault.
Again?
Jamaicans, where are you? Where are you?
Don't worry.
Shout out to Reese in the
Yeah,
building.
Reese is here. Reese is here.
Yeah.
Don't worry though. When I bring my Jamaican fellows here, yeah?
All right.
Yeah?
All
It's
right.
gonna be loud, yeah?
Yeah, man. Ghana, but from London, East London.
Okay,
So
cool.
grew up in Hackney.
All right, Donkz, let's get into it. When was your first corporate job? When was that?
First corporate job would have been, I guess, when I moved into stockbroking. I was about 23.
Okay.
I would have been at the time. So when I left uni, I started retail banking. I was there for about 2 years. Left that after deciding wanting to move into like financial advice, financial planning.
Yeah.
And just kind of segued into investments.
And without mentioning the company name, just thinking back to that time when you was 23 years old, was it quite diverse in terms of the company and your immediate team?
Nope.
It wasn't.
Nah.
How many black people in the room? How many black people in the room?
It didn't look like this. It wasn't DTM. It was not DTM. Nah. It was.
Was you the only?
I think at the time I was actually. I went in very young, 23, as a junior equity dealer at the time. It was called.
Come on.
You know those titles. They always give you a long title. You know, I don't know why.
Yeah.
23 with that kind of title. I'm a junior.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah,
But
come on.
you know, it was very new to me at that point. I had just qualified in terms of investments, so I had my certificate in investments, level 3 qualification, and wanted to move into stockbroking. It was a small boutique company based in the city, so it was around Moorgate area, and yeah, I was, you know, one of the youngest guys there,
real city
at the
boy.
time. And I was, you know, pretty much the only black person there. I think there was like a compliance officer that was there. There was a black guy that probably was there for like 6 months when I was there, and then he left. But in terms of like being in the trenches with all the other guys, you know.
Did you stay true to Michael? In that office space, was you Michael?
I don't think I knew who I was at that point.
I was still finding myself.
Yeah. I think I was still kind of figuring out who I was, because it was a little bit of me opening up my shell, you know, kind of getting out of my shell and understanding the kind of person I wanted to be, also who I needed to be consistent. There was definitely times in the first 6 months where I thought I wasn't going to make it because it felt a bit of an opposite to my character at the time. I was a bit more,
definitely
laid back.
I
was
could
a bit
see
more,
that.
I wouldn't even say timid, but you know, it was going into unknown territory, and you know, getting on the phone to, you know, people that have money, talking to them, having these conversations and being confident. And you know, there's even times where you're speaking to someone that might have more information than you in some of these spaces. You know, I'm a 23-year-old picking up the phone to, you know, it could be someone working in the city looking to buy various companies, and they already have been doing that for the last 5-10 years or so. And I'm fresh off the boat, just speaking to them about this particular company. And, you know, at that point, you hear any signs of conviction if you don't live up to that as well. If you don't match that energy, you know, sometimes it's usually who's going to win the battle in the court. You know what I mean? I've lost this one. Okay, bye. I'll see you later.
It's all these like these work games and these work pressures
it's
that can kind of like creep in.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, you know, you was the only black guy, and you mentioned there was someone in compliance. You even remember the title, so that just kind of goes to show. How did that make you feel? Did you feel special? Did you feel like, oh, like I'm special if I'm like?
No, I think for me, and I think everyone has their different experiences, but for me, it kind of, I kind of walked in not really realizing that I was like the other guy.
What, you thought you was white?
Nah.
We got our Uncle Rockers with us. Someone better tell him.
No, but it's weird because, you know, I think...
Did you think he was white?
No, it's funny because, like, you don't really notice it till somebody acknowledges it.
Okay.
So,
I think what D6 is trying to say, is when you've bought your jollof rice,
you sit at the table,
and your stew, and you put it in the microwave and warmed it up, and smart the whole office, D6 is trying to ask you, what is going on?
In that space, it's different.
What's the energy? What's the energy
space,
like?
You know, James is like, oh, mate, what's that? That smells great.
He wants some.
That smells great.
He wants some, yeah?
Do you know what I mean?
That's good.
I guess also it's the rapport that you have with them as well. If they like you, they're going to be more inclined to kind of engage with you a bit more and understand you. Yeah. But within those conversations, they're still going to remind you that you're black.
Yeah.
You know, and it might not even be intentional, but a lot of the time, from what I experienced, at that time, you could kind of tell that there were certain individuals that hadn't been around black people that much.
Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned that, because sometimes they will say things, and from the conversation, you're like, you never sat down with someone like me, have you? You know what I mean? But I was going in.
Do you feel that awkward moment? Do you feel it?
Oh, man, all the time.
Oh, yeah. Do you just ignore it, or do you address it?
You know what? Back in the day, I used to ignore it.
Why? I want to know that bit. Why?
Because I was the young guy thinking I needed to prove something. I needed to...
And then let's fast forward just quickly here.
Yeah.
And now in 2024, how are you responding now?
Yeah, you need to address it.
But how would you address it?
Well, no, I think you need to be... It depends what it is. Because I think before it was a bit more subtle. I wouldn't even say it was like racism. It was more I would say something out of ignorance. You know, like one of my managers, I just remember him. We used to have like crazy conversations, and somebody would ask him stuff like, "Oh, would you let like this guy date your daughter?" You know, for example.
What, a black guy?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say a black guy? You can say black, you know. Black is okay.
You know, brother. They'll throw certain names in the office around the room. He's like, "Nah, fuck that guy. I can't do that. Nah, not him." Then they'll ask, "Oh, would you let Mike date it?" And then he'll be like,
That is so
"Or
funny.
would you let a black guy date him?"
Would you like?
Yeah. And
Wow.
he was like,
Oh, no.
no, if it was Donkz, he'll be all right.
It's only because you're in the office with them, isn't it?
But again, he understands.
Some biased views, bro.
Yeah.
He knows
But-
me.
but
I don't
To
think
be
it was.
honest, to be honest as well.
You know what I mean? I don't think it was intentionally to cause harm. But
No,
in his head, he's thinking probably, I don't know anyone like you, but I know you.
yeah.
So I could tolerate that. But I shouldn't just be tolerated, isn't it? You know, and that is part of the problem with that sometimes. But now, you know, this kind of day and age, I don't think you have those conversations as much.
Would you say it's more blasé now? Like, it's more open to have, because I know people that probably would say you're colored man. People still live by that.
With the older generation.
You're a colored man.
Yeah, see, even...
But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to get to is, would you judge him for being racist or being funny, or would you say that he's just stuck in a generation
Ignorance.
and it's ignorance why he's choosing not to get out of that world because we are now in 2024?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? But would you pull him up about that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think with these kind of things, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's the intention behind it.
Yeah.
So there's definitely been times where someone has said something and it's come across as if, you know, maybe this is a bit racist, but it didn't sound like it was intentional. Like you're saying, if it's an older guy, generational wise.
So you just judge it off of that.
Yeah, you know, maybe I might say something like, "Hey, we don't use those words anymore." You know, where'd you get that one from? You know, but it doesn't really happen as often as it used to. So I think people are being a bit more conscious of that, if I was to be honest, in those kind of spaces. Definitely.
I realized while you were speaking and you mentioned yourself and compliance.
Yeah.
I realized you were lying.
Talk to me.
You weren't saying the complete truth. You missed people out.
What did he miss, Steve?
You missed people out.
What did he miss?
You missed out the cleaners.
Oh.
Because those are my aunties, you know, and I always give them the most love and extra respect.
Yep.
More time I hear them speaking than they're Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Or they're Nigerian.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Guardian, yeah.
That could be my
No, it is.
auntie.
All the time.
I've honestly got the most respect for them. But I've always noticed sometimes the interaction in those places and how people treat them, it can be a bit interesting. Have you ever noticed that yourself in the corporate world?
Yeah, definitely.
Good question.
Because I think again, it's almost like the other in terms of how they look at it. It's like, we're over here, you're over here. But sometimes I don't even think it's just about the colour in those kind of scenarios. I think it's about
The job title.
The job title.
Yeah, because I would say I agree with that,
Yeah.
because I would say that there's cleaners in the gym, and they're more from African black people, you know, that's doing the cleaning, and I don't think people are giving them that much love. They don't look like they're interacting with people much. So I wouldn't say that was just directly for the corporate world, but just the job title, I think people don't give it that respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they look frowned upon. It's like being a dustbin man, you know. Dustbin man earn all right money, innit? They earn decent money, innit?
I think what you're saying is a good point, but the reason why I kind of capitalized or emphasized on that is because it's extreme parallels. It's like suited and booted and then cleaners.
Yeah. I'm with
Do you
you,
get
bro.
what I mean?
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's a show on it on Netflix. I don't know if you watched it.
What's it called?
I think it's called The Cleaner. It's about basically a cleaner working in investment banking.
Oh, so it's literally that.
Basically, like,
Man.
I think I've seen it. I haven't seen
dealing.
it.
Yeah, you have.
It's all episodes. You told me last week. Did you watch it?
I just won't go do.
But what was quite interesting about it, I never really thought about it, is the whole concept of the show was the fact that the cleaner was able to walk around invisible. They didn't really see them as part of the group, effectively, so they could kind of flow through, be non-existent, because nobody was acknowledging them.
Do you know how I could imagine it? You're on the computer, yeah? Tap, 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 tap. You got your can or your rubbish here, and the cleaner's standing there.
Yeah.
Pat, 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 pat. Yeah. And she's taking it.
Yeah.
But you haven't even seen her.
You haven't noticed.
You know them ones there? You just passed the can there.
You
You
ain't
didn't even
acknowledged
looked
it.
at her.
You haven't
Pat, pat, pat,
acknowledged
pat,
it.
pat. And you just like, take that.
And it's different. And it's funny that you say that, because where at times those cleaners did look like us, I would acknowledge it straight away, because I'm looking to give them the utmost respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's a conversation, and when they come in and we're talking, and I'm getting to know, how long they've been doing this, what their journey has been. And part of that has been because of my journey of working in these spaces, figuring out how to talk to people, interact with people, from the door to door to where I am today. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's interesting, man. Very interesting.
And the reason why I mentioned that, I'm a software engineer, and I've kind of always been in that corporate digital space.
You're trying to hide behind that mic, because we know where you've been, bruv.
When I've been in these different environments, I felt like when I was speaking with the cleaners was the moment I could almost just like relax. And I realized that I wasn't being Daniel when I was in those spaces. I was trying my best to say the right things and to just appeal to the environment. I've been fortunate to work in places like the BBC.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate to work in places like Boohoo. And when I've been in these
See how
environments...
you're showing off? You see that?
I'm just letting the viewers
Donkz,
know.
you see that? See how you're showing off?
No, I'm letting the viewers know.
I worked at BBC. I worked at here. You see how they do it? You see how he does it?
I thought you said no names.
Edit.
Yeah.
Oh, I do the edit. That's it. So, back to kind of like what I was saying, like in those places, I have been, the only black guy on the team. Yeah. So when I saw the cleaners, and we started speaking in tree and doing the back and forth, I was like, oh, okay, I can be Daniel. I can be myself. And that's fine.
Wait, hold on. Can I ask you something?
Do you know what I mean?
Was you lot doing that in the hallway?
It was like the kitchen. It was the kitchen.
You see?
The kitchens.
Was you not talking?
The kitchen's like the gossip place.
Yeah.
The corporate.
Or was you doing that?
kitchens.
Was you doing that in the office? Yeah.
No, you had the cubicle, wash your hands. His auntie comes in.
You doing that?
It was like, no, I'll give her a space there.
But let's speak about it. Let's discuss that. Why can't we bring our authenticity out and our origins, where you're from, in that space? Why can't we do that? Just because we're going to be frowned upon? I think let's make that normal.
Yeah, I think
let's make that normal.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I think now,
let your African tongue speak, bro.
I think in this day and age,
anywhere,
people are definitely being more comfortable in their own skin and bringing themselves to work. And you're seeing it a lot on stuff like LinkedIn. If you a lot of people that are in the professional space are using LinkedIn to kind of showcase their background,
right?
What their belief system, all that kind of stuff.
They put their first language. The first language there?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It depends on the post. Depends on what they're trying to post.
I don't know if you've seen it on LinkedIn, but there's like a lot of these groups where they're like supporting a lot of like black women in a lot of these different spaces. I know I see a lot of it in tech where they've got like they help them get specific jobs. Have you seen a lot of that like in your field of like finances as well?
That's a good question. I think with finance, a lot of it is based on results.
Okay.
So, kind of everywhere that I've gone, you have to prove yourself. You have to prove that you deserve to be there. And if you don't cut it, you're out. It's very cutthroat. There's, especially...
It's not colour specific.
Nah. And that's what I mean.
At that moment, you just got to perform.
But, because it depends. It depends on if you're really good at it, they're gonna look past the colour. Effectively, they're gonna look at the results and not think too much about.
So you're saying
but what about your surname?
Well, no, but again, you know, the
What about your
surname,
surname?
you know, I guess the surname is about,
Well, it's like 12 letters long, bruv.
well, you know,
Yeah?
it's one of those things where, you know, the surname stops you from getting through the door.
Is that still happening now?
Yeah, definitely.
It's still.
Yeah, because I speak to people
Jesus.
that work in HR.
Right.
I've definitely heard that, you know, when CVs are coming through, you know, it could be a quick swipe and look through. And actually, I'm looking for something familiar. You know, so if they see Adewale or they see a, you know, a Mensa or something, then they're not really used to.
We hope you still have a job after this.
Yeah, you know. Or Donkz, you know, put myself out there, I'll get in trouble. You know? But at the same time, you know, if they see something they're not comfortable with, they're not familiar with, then
This is why we are called DTM. We discuss the matter.
Discuss the
and if
matter.
you lot see this, it's nothing personal, but we want to discuss it. Whatever you lot are thinking about. Yeah.
I got a family member comments, it's a shame, so you know. But all I'm saying is if they're not familiar with it, it's very easy for them to kind of bypass it and maybe look for something that they know.
Let's just, sorry to cut you, let's just
Yeah.
kind of get back to what you was mentioning about skills in the corporate world, right? Because I think that, you know, there's all races that's filled with many, many skills and are talented. But I think we both are all agreeing that there is a lack of black people in the corporate world, right?
What's funny is I've never worked in that world though.
Okay,
Yeah.
are we agreeing with that or are we not agreeing with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm only going off of stigma.
okay. If we're going off of stigma and what we are just saying right now, we feel like there's a bit of a lack of black people in the corporate world. Why do we think that is? Are we saying that the black people are not talented enough?
No, I think it's a mixture of things. I think it's, you know, when I think about me going into those spaces, I never went into those spaces because I saw someone that looked like me that was already doing the job. I just happened to figure out early on what my skill set was and what I was interested in, which was more tied to kind of like finance, maths, all that kind of stuff. And
You good at maths?
a little bit, you know.
What'd you get your GCSEs?
I did the A, you know. Let's not go
Nah,
into
you got
that.
a little A.
It's all right, it's all right. After that, it was a bit of a mess, but you know, but it was one of those things where it was more about my skill set and falling into that space eventually, but not naturally saying, "Hey, I just saw someone that looks like me in a suit in the city. I want to go do that job." And that's kind of why when I said I went in and never really thought about it from a color perspective, was just because I thought, you know, I'm a London boy, I'm going to come in and just do what everybody else is doing. It was only once I had the conversations where I started to realize, oh, actually, these people don't really know me. They ain't really experienced someone like
But
me.
in terms of answering the question, you're kind of answering it based on you. What about other people though? Like, what about, why is it not diverse more so with other people other than just you? Because, cool, you got the skills.
Yeah.
But I'm sure other people got skills, and yet we're not seeing enough of that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm just the only software engineer that happens to be good. I'm sure that there's many more.
I think
Do you
there's,
get what I'm
there's
trying to
another
say?
reason, and some people might not like this.
Okay.
I think some people like to be the only black person in the room.
It's what they're not bringing people in.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of competition. You walk in and you're the second black person. They're like, "Oh, I'm not special anymore."
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was the main guy. You know.
Yeah.
And now
You lose
it's
that title.
now there's that competition. And I think in some,
Who's creating that? The black people creating that for themselves, or is it just the environment?
I think it's a bit of both, because you know sometimes we're talking about kind of almost like survival of the fittest kind of scenario. You walk in and you fought to get here, and you finally got through to them.
You're in.
And you're in.
Yeah.
And then Kwame turns up.
And he's trying to join you as well.
And he's dripped to the blue suit.
And he's trying to
And he's
keep
looking
up.
good.
Yeah.
Hey, story time. Hands up. Story time. Story time.
You got one. You got stories. You got stories, Russ. What you got for us? What you got for us?
Real life story, yeah?
Yeah.
So I started a new job recently, right?
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm literally on the way there, yeah? So I catch my train from Euston to somewhere. Cool. And as I'm on the train, I noticed that there's this black guy behind me, yeah? I don't know why I noticed him. I think because he moved seats and now he was sitting in my peripheral. Cool. I get closer towards my destination and like, basically I have to sit on the train for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So it's quite far, the distance. It's past Milton Keynes, etc. I don't want to bait up the location. But I get to the location,
Yeah.
and my man's still there. Next to me. Get off the train, start walking, he's still
You're
there.
not wearing the same thing. Are you wearing the same thing?
What do you mean, same thing?
Are you wearing the same kind of outfit?
No, he's casually dressed, Like, I'm just thinking,
Wait, hold on. Did you feel at that moment? Did you feel like, oh, that could be one of my bros?
no.
Or was you?
I was
for my job.
Is he with me or not? No, I you know what? My first thing was that have I got the rollie on? Have I got the He's trying to rob me.
Oh, you was getting robbed?
No.
You're taking the piss.
I'm playing.
Taking the piss.
I'm joking. But I just thought, where is he going? This
Yeah.
is strange because it's
Yeah.
a really, really long journey. So what's the odds of
Yeah.
you going in the same direction as me? Cut a long story short, I get to the front of the office, the building rather.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, who's sitting right there in the passenger seat?
It's Kwame.
It's him. It's the guy from the train. It was his first day as well. So I was like, oh my goodness. He was like, I heard you on the phone speaking about how it was your first day. And I was thinking, man, should I say we're going to the same place?
Oh, that's.
But he's probably thinking the same thing you're thinking.
And obviously he's black.
Yeah.
You know, like I was really excited. Like
Yeah.
I haven't worked in a dev team in a very, very long time where there's been like another colleague who's black and who's a senior, contracting, doing these things.
Yeah.
And I was just...
Was you happy?
I was happy, but I was like, is this a silly thing to be happy about?
But again, I think...
Do you know what I mean?
No,
but I was happy.
I think it is a good thing. And I think when you was asking, is it like the individual, the environment? I think, you know, I've definitely been in places where I've ended up somewhere where another black person was there and we were cool, but the environment wasn't making it. So, you know, management were trying to put us against each other.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
mad.
You know, all that kind
She
of
just
stuff.
picked up on the energy.
Yeah, you could
But
tell.
did you two talk behind the scenes?
Yeah, like, you know, it's quite
No,
funny.
did he? No, did he?
But yeah, we had the conversation.
Did you like? Well,
It was.
I feel like they're trying to do a mad thing.
What was quite interesting is, I was working with him for maybe like 2 years or so, and at the time it felt like we were cool, but something was kind of pulling us apart. A little bit.
Right.
And when we look back, because I still talk to him, actually work with him today. Actually work.
Oh, wow.
He's actually the director.
Shout him out. He might see this.
Shout out, Jaren. If he hears this, he's gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on? What are you doing on the podcast?" But yeah, he's actually director of Belvedere Wealth Management, which is a black-owned wealth management firm.
Jeez, let's give that a clap. Black-owned. We like that.
Yeah, but what's quite funny is at that time, us working together, it was kind of, you know, up and down. It was good and bad. And you know, it felt like a lot of it was the environment. It wasn't just the fact
Just
that
you two.
Yeah,
Going at each
because
other's throat.
you know we're both trying to, you know, grow. We're both trying to do our thing, and you know, there was obstacles, and it felt like there was always other people getting involved in the conversation. And now those people out of the conversation, it's a bit more flourished, you know, in terms of you know, kind of working together and getting to know each other. So I think the environment does add to it.
Would you say that's more? That takes more of the part of it, like.
Yeah,
You'd say
yeah,
that
yeah.
owns
But
it.
again, you know, there is still certain people, certain gatekeepers that, you know, they might have been there for a long time.
So how many black people you seen in the office?
Me,
Yeah.
if I think at BBC, there wasn't many. It was like a handful. You could always kind of like spot the black guy. The same
Give me
at
a rough
Boo-
number.
Okay, at Boohoo, I had a team of 25. I was the only black guy on the main floor. As opposed to the cleaners, if we count them out, I didn't see black people on the first floor,
Okay.
second floor. It was just
Same
security.
question thrown at you, but you've worked numerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many would you say you see? How many you say?
In those spaces that I've been in, every time I've been in a new space,
Yeah.
I was the only black guy at the time.
Wow.
Or at least the second.
I've just asked two guys, two black men
Literally. And this is the
who's
first.
in the corporate world. How many black people they seen? And they've told me one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Does that not
even
mean-
in the
does that
even
not-
in the branch, even in retail banking, I I was the only.
But do you think black people are being taught about going into jobs like these?
I think they are. I think they are. I would like to think that they are.
I think it's.
Or we being told that we should just be hip hop rappers and.
It's interesting.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe comment below, because that was a good question.
Yeah.
I think the social media and what we're seeing on TV.
You got kids though, right?
Yeah, I've got kids. Yeah.
So, what would you say to your kids?
Be who you want to be.
Yeah, but if he comes home and says, "Oh, Daddy, I wanna be a hip hop rapper,"
Ooh, that's a good question. Now, I wouldn't mind it, but at the same time,
are you gonna give him a chance?
Well, I got to hear his verse though. What's it saying?
Drop a 16. Yeah.
Here's the mic. Let's go. I need to see a verse. If the skill set is there.
You're not good. Go listen to Reese and come back. Listen to Reese and come back.
Yeah, listen to Reese. Yeah, Reese Miller. Yeah, can type that in. Yeah,
The skill set though. Yeah.
but you used to make music, though, innit?
Yeah.
You used to make a bit of sound.
Yeah. Back in the day, that. But again, that was our environment.
But why have you moved from that? Or is it still there?
I mean,
He's got a verse or two for us.
You got some bars for us?
Take my mic off. No, but I guess for me, it was the environment I was in. Also, it was growing up with people at school that I went to school with and listening to that kind of music, and it was part of the culture. A lot of the stuff that they were talking about. Yeah. I grew up in the space where I was listening to like Nas, Mobb Deep,
right.
Tang, all those kind of guys, Mos Def, all that kind of stuff, and I was growing up in East London. And
why aren't you a rapper?
Me?
Yeah,
I am a rapper. Time's against us, Mike.
Yeah.
So there's a few things I want us to get through, if we can.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Going back to the corporate world and the environment, there's something that is always been known to all of us. No one is immune.
Yeah.
Yeah. The work wife.
Oi, I like that.
The work babe.
Yeah.
This guy trying to get me in trouble.
So I'm never getting you in trouble, right? But as your family, the handsomeness is in the blood, right? And as a married man, like, how do you navigate when women try to make certain advances and try and be flirtatious and try and play the role of a work wife?
Can we just start from the beginning? Yeah, starting from the beginning.
The beginning. What's the beginning?
When you started getting into the corporate world,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. How did relationships with women change? In the office, I know you lot are doing
Yeah.
winky. Yeah, that bit there. That's what I want to know, because that would have made you maybe understand women a bit differently.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on the role.
We'll
that
get back to
they're
the
in.
work wife.
Depends on the role that they're in and the way you're interacting with them. So whether they are, because I was working in like stockbroking, I was on the phones. Most of the females in the office were in compliance at the time. A lot of the time, or accounting. So it was a different conversation that we were having. I was only speaking to them at certain times of the day.
Right.
And then you might have maybe someone that was doing admin where they were coming in and, they were probably with the brokers more regularly, communicating with you more. If you're going out for work, drinks, or going out for a meeting with the market makers or going for different
That's
events,
when it gets sticky.
then they'll turn up in those conversations as well. So, you got to try and navigate it properly.
How do you do that? That's what I wanted to get into. So
Yeah.
when they're trying to do that whole work wife energy
yeah.
and they know you're
I'm
a
very
married
interested
man,
in that bit.
how do you navigate and say, go away,
Stay away from me.
in a polite way?
I guess you have to probably be more aware of it, and you have to decide how to move around it, because there's only so much. I mean, you have to decide whether you want to be very blunt, and depending on who that person is, it might come across, rude or insulting, or if you want to be a bit more subtle around it.
Are you saying there's not like a one rule that fits all? So some people you got to be a bit more like, all right, back.
Yeah.
Some people you can be a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen like, people in the office that have shown interest to other staff members, and they've literally had to say like, "Yo, like, leave me alone."
Get out of here, man. Stay away from me.
Yeah, so
It's getting reindeerish.
You don't see that, baby reindeer?
I haven't seen
You
that.
ain't seen it?
I haven't seen that.
Hey, guys, if you ain't seen baby reindeer, go and get involved. Yeah? Random, but yeah, get
What I
involved.
learned from that is don't offer nobody no tea.
Because it can get sticky. After that, it's long. But Baby Reindeer, new series on Netflix. Go and have a look at that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Mike, as I said, pressed against time. Can you speak to us a bit about the long term and what that's about?
Yeah, so the long term is a financial, personal finance app.
Okay.
It's an all-in-one stop for financial management. It's allowing individuals to connect to the app with their finances, get a better understanding of what their finances look like, build a financial plan, essentially, or at least give them an insight into where they are with their current situation, and have access to financial literacy, so online courses, videos, and access to a financial coach as well.
So a novice like me, if I wanted to use the app, what would I expect to gain and learn from?
I think the one thing that we want to do is give individuals the tools to understand finance so they're comfortable with speaking to someone about it. Because sometimes, me as a financial advisor, my whole day-to-day is about kind of educating people about finance and their circumstances and giving them advice on.
This is the
what
app
they
I
should
need
be
for
doing.
Tristan. This is the app. I've been telling him that he needs to save his money. He always buys these new clothes. You see these new clothes? He always buying new clothes for them instead of him to save.
Who said I'm buying it?
So where are you getting it from?
Nah,
Where are you getting these new clothes from?
Gosh, they're getting it for me. Somebody's buying them, isn't it?
Who's buying it for you?
Somebody's buying it, bro. I ain't buying them. Somebody's getting it.
Yeah,
Does the app show us how to save?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It will give you various courses that you can look at in terms of budgeting, saving, get a better understanding of investments.
Is it easy to use?
Yep. You'll be able to navigate. You can connect your bank accounts to it. You can add in your own information so you can generate.
Have you heard of an app called Emma?
Yep.
Is it like Emma?
It's
Better.
Yeah.
You got to say that for branding. It has to be better than Emma.
I mean, the one thing that we're trying to...
Can you tell these lot what Emma is?
I mean, it's a budgeting app. It's
Yeah.
allowing people to also kind of get an understanding of their finances, their income, their expenditure, sort out the direct debits and all that kind of stuff. I think what we're trying to do is, kind of empower people so that they have more confidence when speaking about their finances. And then on top of that, have access to someone like a financial coach. So make sure you check the long term LTD on Instagram.
100%. We'll get that up there for them.
Yeah, definitely.
They can showcase that.
So, everyone that comes on here, we have a DTM London moment for our guests, right? I have a dilemma for you.
You don't know I love this bit. I love this bit because I never know where he's going with this. So I'm sitting down.
So, a DTM London dilemma for Donkz, Mikes, whatever you want to call him, right? So, if you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Repeat that question, please.
Wow.
If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Wow. I wasn't ready for that.
Of course, we're always here to throw you off. This is
Historical
DTM London.
figure.
Tick tock.
That's a tough one,
Think of history.
Lyric flows through my veins and my arteries.
Would you like to sit with Hitler and ask him why he done what he did?
Nah.
No, but
It's
you
crazy.
can sit with Hitler and ask him, why the fuck did you do all of that? Yeah, let's be real.
You know what came to my
Yeah,
mind,
what
which is really
on
weird?
earth did someone force you to do that? Because what you did didn't make
It's like
sense.
a waste of time. I won't put that over like Martin Luther King. I'd rather see Martin over Hitler. I'd rather see so many people over Hitler.
Alright,
You know what I'm
so who would you sit with?
right now, in the top of my brain, who's coming to me is Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah, I would
who
love
is
to.
he?
Like he brought Ghana into independence. You know what I'm saying? So he was like a monumental figure, an educated man, and he was just a leader in just so many aspects. So
I think you lot can guess who I would pick.
Who'd you pick?
who you gonna pick?
You pick Muhammad Ali.
King Selassie? King Selassie?
The sun is shining. The weather is sweet now. Yeah?
Mr.
To the
Marley.
rescue.
Mr. Marley.
Here I am. Yeah? Bob Marley.
Of course, Bob
I'm sitting
Marley.
with him.
Nelson Mandela.
Yeah? Is that yours?
I'll say,
Go
just
ahead.
come.
That was the one.
See, we helped you. We helped you get that out.
I need that wisdom.
All right, cool. We've given you that, yeah?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you sit down with Nelson?
I'd really want to understand his resilience, you know, the life that he lived, the time he spent in jail, him coming out and still being able to kind of bring up a nation and just kind of maybe speak to him about his mindset.
Yeah.
How he's able to go through all that and still kind of come out the other side and be resilient and stay consistent and you know, build up a nation. I think that's something that I'd really want to get behind the psyche of that. Yeah.
That's a deep answer. Any final words on the DTM before we close out?
Yeah. Let's give a big shout out to Michael.
Come on.
Donks for coming on.
Love,
all
man.
right.
Good to see you
Thank
guys.
for,
Good to see you guys. I'm
bringing
outside.
your presence
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
us.
man.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Good conversation. All right, in the corporate world. Okay. And guys, DTM London.
The black man in a corporate world. We've had our special guest with us, Donkz, Reese in the building, Jess in the background,
Jess is
Tris
here.
is with us.
Reese is here.
6 as per. So thank you again.
And as we always say, it's you guys
That's gonna help.
that's going to make us guys. Please subscribe to our channel,
Down below.
boost our algorithm, and we are out.
Discuss the matter.